afternoon all, and welcome to the Secondal Isaacs Gym as we bring you day 2 coverage of the Bahamas games. We're talking volleyball. Ivan Showtime here, and I have my right hand with me, the legend, Wilson. And Wilson, we're into another day, and what an exciting start as we see the Abaco team taking on Grand Bahama.
Yes, it's an exciting match. You have an evenly matched team. The difference is going to be between who makes the most mistakes. Abaco, they have increased their lineup potential, their strength, by adding Tia Shallow Moss. She's a number 11, good setter, former national team player. So that makes Abaco team that much more stronger.
Okay, folks, and again, welcome to the broadcast. And we have several games on the schedule for this afternoon. As you all know, that we're going to go down at the stadium for the official opening at 6, and I think we're going to be here until about 4 o'clock. We're going to bring you live coverage, and hopefully the athletes that are playing right now will have a chance to go back to the hotel and get prepared, get dressed for the opening ceremony. Rhymes and Rhymes, you got that name Rhymes, and people were saying to me, Showtime, we know Wilson, but a lot of people don't know Wilson just by saying Mr. Wilson. So we're going to add that rhyme to Wilson today.
Yes, that's an old name. It goes back a long way with me. Most persons know me as Rhymes. Only persons who know me from primary school probably would call me Raymond.
Raymond, okay, well, good to see you. And well, I tell you, the Abaco team, they came out very impressive this afternoon, winning the first game, 25-16. And Grand Bahama now have to find a way to stay in this match by winning game number 2.
Yes, Grand Bahama is not going to lay down and play dead. Grand Bahama is made up of a lot of second-generation athletes. You have persons like Whitney and Bristol. You have Whitney and Bristol. You have Bianca Ferguson and Al Ferguson. You know, their parents played this game and former Bahama games, and some of them are former national team members. They're junior national team members.
Okay, so folks, again, there we have it. Start of a wonderful afternoon. We got some scores to bring you what took place earlier at Anatole Rogers. And of course, you know, Anatole Rogers is one of the venues for volleyball. And as it relates to some of the games earlier today, Columbus, that's the Columbus Isle team. They beat Long Island. We're talking men's 25-14 and of course 25-20. The Providence men team, they continue to dominate. They also won earlier today 25-12, 25-16 over Ragged Island. And then you had the Abaco women who's playing right now. Earlier today, they beat the New Providence team. Would you believe it? We're talking ladies though, guys. Don't get mixed up with this one, because we talk so much about the New Providence men team and the kind of expectation that they have. But it was the ladies team, again, that fell short to Abaco ladies. Also, earlier today, the New Providence men, they beat up on Abaco 25-14, 25-8. Andros also winning. They took care of Eleuthera 25-16, 25-20, and 15-11. Baikal, Grand Bahama is scheduled to play later on this afternoon. We'll probably bring you that game live. Also, other results, Andros, they beat the Berry Islands 25-18, 25-15. And then you see the Providence ladies again. They also won 26-24 and 25-7. So that's the way it's panning out as far as day 2 goes. Again, it's all about the Bahamas games. Brian, speaking about the Bahamas games, we're getting ready now for the official opening. What is that going to mean to most of these athletes?
It's going to mean a lot to the athletes, because now you're going to realize what pride is, national pride.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You're gonna see a lot of things that's going to showcase our Bahamians, our heritage, our pride. You're going to hear Bahamian music. You're not going to be hearing reggae and everything else. You're going to be hearing everything that is Bahamian. So this is an opportunity for all Bahamians to stand up and see the rising sun, because we are the Bahama land.
Absolutely, and I see no reason why we can't fill the stadium this afternoon.
Yes, the stadium should be full, because all of the participating teams will be it, most definitely. And then persons who are going to come because they want to hear, they don't want to just hear and see it on TV. They want to come and want to be a part of it.
So now we see in Abaco, they're down right now, but Grand Bahama serving with a 5-3 lead.
Yes, Grand Bahama is a team that they are not as skilled as Abaco. but they are a team that plays together. They always play together. You hear their side because they're always communicating, they're always talking, and they will leave their skin on the court. That's the good thing about Abaco. I mean, about Grand Bahama. Now, Abaco is not a strong team on paper if you look at paper, but they have but they have a core four. You have a core four in Clarnay and Davis and Barbara Riley, and Tia Shallow Moss, and number 1, Lakeisha Albury. They are the strength behind Abaco's team.
What a serve.
And when you look at their lineup, they don't have them next to each other. They have somebody in between all of them. So every rotation, you have a strong front court and a strong back court. That is the strength of Abaco. So if you don't duplicate what they're doing, you can find yourself in a losing bracket.
Okay, now I see, speaking of Grand Bahama, I see Grand Bahama team now getting warmed up and getting set for their match, which is coming up next.
Yes, they have one player on that particular team who has played basically probably every Bahama game, and that's in Lucas. He's probably going to play libero. He's now assistant coach with the ladies, but he is still playing this game at a high level.
Okay, so now we're seeing everything coming down to the wire. Yesterday, we had a few upsets as it relates to baseball. And, of course, we talked a little bit about it. One of the powerhouses as it relates to baseball, Bimini.
Yeah.
Coming up short to Andros 9-7. That one was really interesting. If someone would have told me that's what took place, I probably wouldn't have believed it.
No, I wouldn't believe it unless I would have seen it myself.
But Andros have been, in the last 2 Bahamas games, Andros, even though they get some of the base players from New Providence, Andros seems to be improving every year. Every year they bring more of their competitiveness to the Bahamas games. And, they're not an island that you can look at and say they have some of the best baseball players. And they are coming, but they continue to get better and better.
Yes, Abaco, Andros is truly the big yard.
Oh, man.
It's the big yard, and so they have a lot of persons to recruit from. So you will not always see the same faces coming from Andros because, the talent is so big over there. And you have people like Brian. Brian is over there, and he is adamant about getting his best athletes in Nassau.
Okay, now the young lady who's serving now, we talked about her yesterday.
Yes, that's Clarnay Davis. She's also off in school in university. We were trying to recruit her for the University of Bahamas, but she went off to college, and she is doing quite well. She was from that championship team that won the nationals in volleyball a few years prior, a year or so prior to the pandemic. Okay, so they had a good team coming to the Abaco high school team, and they won. They beat the teams out of New Providence, such as C.R. Walker and C.C. Sweeting. So she comes from a good line of volleyball players.
While we have a break in the action, folks, again, if you just join us, Ivan Showtime. I got Rhymes Wilson in studio with me, and yes, we're covering volleyball, but as time goes on, we'll continue to bring you updates as to what's taking place. Not only in volleyball, but we also have swimming right next door. We're still waiting. And then, Rhymes, that was one of the things that was so challenging to us, not having the scores from the various disciplines just coming across the...
Yeah, that should be something that's coming in constantly. But I guess as the game progresses, it's going to improve. Because the people wants to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
And as the information comes, they're waiting on the information. So that's something that needs to be improved on. I think it's going to happen, before we get midway through these tournaments.
Okay, Ivan Showtime again. Rhymes Wilson with me, the legend, Rhymes Wilson. And Rhymes, we put all those accolades behind your name, but I must say, you deserve every one of them.
Yeah, well, when you do things, you don't go out looking for the name. It's something that comes to you. And when I started out, I never started out looking for any accolades. I started out just working with my kids, and then it just sometimes things fall on you. You don't choose things; things chooses you.
Absolutely, and you couldn't find a better way to put it.
Right, and the direction my life has turned in regards to sport, I had nothing to do with it. It's just that this is where God placed me, and this is what I do.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're just about back to action now. I think they're checking the players. And Rhymes, tell us as to why every so often they would check the list and
see, because at no point a player should be in the front court unless they are positioned for that point, that position. If they in the front court prior and they make an attack, it's an infraction. And at no time should a server serve out of their rotation. So it's important that every rotation, who is supposed to be in the front court is in the front court, and who is in the service position is in the service position. Because if so happens that you go to the service line, you serve 4 points, and then the table picks up on that, you lose your 4 points.
Okay. Interesting. And now we're seeing Grand Bahama now. I wouldn't say almost in full control of this set, but they're playing much better.
Yes, they are playing better. They are playing better. They're starting to settle down. And if you notice, Grand Bahama, every time, even if you make an error, they still smile. They come together, and that is what it's all about, and playing competitive sport. You have to be able to gel together, regardless of whether it's good or whether it's bad. So when you look at it right now, Grand Bahama, because of how they're playing, they're leading 10-7. Abaco's at the service line. Young lady gets the ball on. Whitney sets the ball. Tia Shallow sets the ball to Barbara. Shallow dinks the ball. Yes. So what needs to happen now is Grand Bahama needs to move her off the service line. Because every time, this is a good place you should want to be, the position you want to be in, because you want to receive. Gives you an opportunity to attack. Good pass. She gave it to the team. They're going to come back. She got to use it. If you don't use it, it's going to come back at you hard. She gives it away again. Now it's going to come back at her hard. She's going to wish she didn't give it away, because Barbara's going to put it down. You don't give free ball. That's why you don't give free ball. And Grand Bahama has a tendency to do that. They play around allowing the next team to make the mistake. But sometimes when you have a hitter like Barbara Corrali on the outside, you don't want to do that.
Corrali?
Yes.
He was able to hit the ball twice, mainly because one goes down as a block.
Yes. And when you look at it, number two, Shakara Cooper, she served 4 balls from the line, from 5 down to 9. So she did a good job in bringing them back into the game. Good dig. It's going to come back out again. She's going back to her. She digs this time for the kill.
You notice how creative she is.
Yes.
Anytime she sees the need, she just dink it right in there.
Yeah, and that's the play you always want to cover in the backcourt. You do not want her in the front court, because she's an excellent blocker and she's an excellent hitter. You have Tia Shallow Moss, she's at the line. She's a former national team member. Good athlete. She plays all of the positions, power, middle, right side, and she sets. For Abaco team, she's now setting. Good set to the middle to Rose Johnson. Rose Johnson takes the ball. Grand Bahama finds themselves into the net. And if you look at it, this Abaco team makes very little mistakes at the service line. They gets the ball on. It's an infraction at the scorer's table. Let's see what the matter is. I hope it's not somebody serving out of rotation. Normally at this point, that's normally the case. So they're going to check the lineups to see how Abaco is supposed to be set up. I think Tia Shallow Moss may be serving out of order. Yes, he's checking the lineup right now.
Now, if there is an infraction, do they lose points? Or
it's possible they can lose the points, but the ball, however, will always go back to the opposing team. Right, she served on the line. She served on the line. Lakeisha Aubrey, number 1, should be serving.
If I'm not mistaken, I was under the impression that Aubrey had just served a few moments ago. Now the score is 9-11 now.
Right, they lose the point. They lose the 2 points that she served. So now the ball goes to Grand Bahama. And if my memory serves me correctly, Grand Bahama should have received the point for that. So the score should be 9-12.
9-12. Now, do they have a certain amount of time before they, because that could go on, and let's say that go on for the next 5-6 points.
See,
how much time they have before they could go back to it?
Well, whenever they pick it up, they will correct them out, and it could cause a lot of problems because the team could be winning. We need to find out, and what happens is the scorers table, they're supposed to pick it up on every rotation. So it slipped them for one rotation, whereas we got 2 points.
Because I'm thinking if I'm a coach, right? Of course, this is just me hypothetically speaking. If I realized that they had made a fraction and they seems to be in rhythm and they scoring points against me, I'll let them score as much points as they can. I mean, I'll let it continue to go. Now, if it doesn't work out in my favor, then I go to the desk and say, listen, this young lady ain't supposed to be serving. The last 5 points they get, they don't supposed to be getting those points. And then if they decide out of those 5 points, I could get 3 or 4 of them back to me. Yeah,
see, what happens, too, is normally each coach, they set up their lineup in order of the opposing team. So chances are you know who should be where on the opposing team as compared to your lineup.
Exactly.
So most times a coach,
that's the way you should have picked up on it. Yeah.
They can tell who's out of place. You see, so it's very important, that you know who's going to that service line, because if nobody's policing that area, coaches will put their best server at the line all the time.
Exactly. Exactly. And they will find a way to do it.
They will find a way to do it.
No 2 ways about it. Again, guys, if you just joined us, of course, our TV live coverage of day 2 of the Bahamas games, and we're covering volleyball here at the Kendall Isaac Gym. Ivan Showtime, Rhymes, Wilson, the legend. I got to make sure I put that on there. Wilson, the legend. Ryan Wilson with me, and we continue to bring you coverage. And just a reminder, folks, 6 o'clock down there at the National Stadium. That's where the opening is going to be, and we're hoping and looking forward to great turnout. Most of the athletes, I know they're fatigued to some degree, but you gotta go to the various dorms, rooms, whatever, to get a shower and head back to the official opening, because I think nobody wants to miss the official opening.
No, that's absolutely correct. Last night here at the Kendall Isaac Gym, I encountered a lot of persons who would have participated in the Bahama games, and they were excited as if they were playing. It brings back yesterday to them.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and so they were outside even long hours after the games were over, still talking about the good old days.
Oh yeah.
And it makes all of us feel good, not only to remember the good old days, but to see second and third generation of volleyball players on this court, and they are doing well, especially in the men's. When we look at the men's team, we have teams that now can compete at a higher level, and the ladies are right behind.
Yesterday, while I was leaving, I saw Jason and his son in the parking lot, and they were talking maybe about the Bahamas games or whatever they were talking about. Yeah. And at first, I didn't recognize him.
Yes.
And I said, yeah, man, this my. I said, no, man, this couldn't be the little fellow who's trying to swim in sock pool back in those days.
Yeah, that's your one.
Yeah, man, that's him.
Yeah.
I tell you.
You have a dig by Tara Evans. She's going to put the ball over. Tara, that's another generation volleyball player. Set the rows. And Tara is up too high, and the ball is on the court.
We call that cheating a little bit.
Yeah, she cheated.
Cheating a little
bit.
Right,
because she realized the hitter couldn't hit the ball no more. But then she is playing the 6th position, so she should not be up high for shallow balls. Now you have Tia Shallow Moore. She's now at the service line again. And that is why...
That's why they didn't want her on
That's why they didn't want her on the service line. Good national team member, always ready to play this game. She's out of C.R. Walker.
Oh, the Knights.
Yeah, she's a former Knight.
C.R. is tough. C.R. Walker for years.
Yeah, they always been a tough team. She came up under Floyd and Bristol.
Oh, okay, Florida and Bristol, but I know Grant is there also.
Yeah, the Grant is there. Grant normally coached the men, but she came up on this, and she did track and field for him also. He produced some good athletes out of C.R. Walker.
Absolutely. Ooh, I would have.
Yeah, that ball would have been out.
That was outside.
Yeah, that's my judgment call also. That ball would have been out.
That's what you got your teammates for.
Right.
You got to shout it out to you because you're so focused on wearing out the ball, you're not aware of how far you are from the line.
Yeah, but the key is, and coaches trainers would tell you what to do is that you put your foot on the line.
Right.
If you play in position 5, you put your left foot on the line, and anything on the outside of your left hand that has to be out. So you shuffle as the ball comes, you shuffle. And if it stays to your left, it's out. And if it's on the right hand, it's in position 1. If it stays to your right, it is out. So that is how you would know at all times where the ball is in or out. And anything over your shoulder or above your head and you deep back court, you should not jump. Yes.
That's how most of the umpires tend to position themselves in baseball and softball.
Yes.
What they do is they put their foot, they put the line between their legs.
Right.
And they could say anytime it go this way, it out, and anytime it go that way.
And then, yeah, it's the strategy, you see.
Speaking of Shallow, I know a few Shallows. I wonder if she's related to Judy Shallow and those.
Yeah, she is. That's I think she might be. I think Judy is her aunt, or Judy may be her mom.
Well, I know all the Shallow sisters.
Yeah.
I should, if she's Shallow, because remember there were times when Shallow played softball. Yeah. She would bring all the kids out to the park.
Yeah, she is one of them.
She's one of them?
She is one of them.
So she has a brother. That's a
basketball. Yeah, she one is a basketball player.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And the other one, he plays softball, old timers.
Right.
He's in the league several years and home runs. And
yes, she's from that lineage.
Okay. Like my dad said, small world.
Yeah, either she's Judy's daughter or she's Judy's granddaughter. But I know they're related because I worked with Judy at one point, and that's when I trained her. Yeah, I trained her for the junior national team.
Okay. And you know what? Come to speak of it, she wanna even look like Judy.
Yeah, she is closely either her mother or her grandmother. Tia Shallow Morse. She's an immigration officer, and she's one of those who carry the flag wherever she goes.
Oh yeah. When it comes to pride, man, I think Bahamians, we gonna represent. We are going to represent. No two ways about it.
Yes, and a lot of them, they learn how to be good ambassadors by traveling the world, playing this discipline of volleyball. You know, they have to be of certain character and of certain behavior. You know, so when they come back home after learning those lessons of character and behavior, they became a better citizen. So that's why it's important that, you know, these young kids be involved with something that is positive. She has already served 6 balls. Still at the line. She's serving again. They got a pass up. Whitney sets it out. Karen pushes it over. It's miscommunication.
Yeah.
So now the momentum is, the tide has changed. It's turned over to the Abaco side. The gym is getting pretty quiet because here now Grand Bahama, they realizing that, hey, we letting this game get away, and it's important that they win this set. There we go again. Decided to give up on that ball. What's going to happen to a server like Tia? She realizes who was the weakest passer, and right now the weakest passer is the libero. That's the young lady in the goal. So most of her ball is going to go directly at her. If you can't pass, everything starts with the pass. You have bump, set, and then you have spike. If you miss anything in that combination before the spike, it's not going to come. It's not going to come to pass for you. Big serve again to the libero. Also, yeah, good save. Yes. Communication is a problem. Yes. Yeah, Grand Bahama is shutting down. If I was the coach right now, I'll call a timeout. Yes.
Kind of break the momentum.
Yeah, I'll call a timeout because, you know, the bleeding is too bad. So she give it back to them again. And she's going to pay for it. She's going to pay for it. With Barbara Corrali at the line, at the front court, you cannot give Abaco a free ball. Because once the ball goes up to her, she's going to find a way to use it.
Now I'm beginning to understand and realize why they didn't want Shallow Moss to serve.
Yeah, she'll serve the whole game from here. She finally break her own serve.
She break her own serve.
And Grand Bahama has breathed a sigh of relief.
Yeah. So now we got a 21-13 ball game.
Yeah, it's not over yet. They got to push back. They got to push back. Whitney's experienced player, number 5. And some other players would have tried to pound that ball down and end up in the net, but she did the right thing.
Ready. So now it's a 21-14, and I see Abaco trying to close this one out. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, look at the dink. Oh, look at the dink.
Yes, once she's in the front court, every ball that is passed and she's in position, they're going to set her.
She is really a steady player.
Yeah, she's a tough serve, so if they break her serve and keep her in the back court, they stand a good chance because their front court is pretty weak. It's important for them to break her serve right now. They did. They did. So now they have the only real hitter they have front court right now is Shakara Cooper. No, that's not Shakara Cooper. That's number 6.
So now
that's Shanae Davis.
So now a little miscommunication by Abaco.
Yes, Shanae Davis, the left-hander. She's the only true hitter in the front court now. So what needs to happen is they just need to get this ball on and play defense. Then she hits the ball out. So Grand Bahama find themselves in the position as they can get themselves back in the game. They're down by 5 points. Not impossible. They got to go to Glenare again. That's 4. The ball did not go over. The referee did not call it. He missed that call. Yes. The referee picked up and realized there was 4. He's calling it now. But he relied on that just now. He wasn't sure, so he waited on the second official to give him the signal that it was 4 contacts. She's just getting the ball over to play defense. No attacker. Oh, came off the block. That's a big attack. If I was coaching against that team, I would have put a weak blocking team against her because she's not a big hitter. Backcourt to pick that up. So because they blocked it, the team off their hands. You have Rose Johnson. She's at the service line for Abaco. Big server, man. Yes, beautiful server. She's out of C.I. Gibson. She played at some point internationally with a club that she was with at the time. And she never played for a national team for the Bahamas because she suffered some knee injury some years ago. But it's good to see that she's back and playing.
So now this is match point, 24-18.
Yes, big point. Abaco's on a roll. Glenare, good set. Good defense by Grand Bahama. Whitney and Bristol.
Boy, I tell you. That's your ball game.
Yes.
And we see Abaco with a 25-18.
Yes. As the old people say, pressure breaks right.
Oh, absolutely. 2 consecutive games. So now it was 25-16 and now it's 25-18.
Yes, it is. Pressure would break pipe. Grand Bahama was on the eve of breaking Abaco, but then Barbara Corrales, she went to the service line, and then she served, and then Tia Shallow Moss, she went to the service line, she served 8. And that pressure break the pipe.
So now, folks, speaking of more action coming up, we're looking at the Abaco men. I think it is the Abaco men.
Yes, and they'll be playing Grand Bahama.
They will be taking on Grand Bahama. Again, guys, we're talking volleyball. We're going to be here for another game or so. Of course, we got to leave the stadium and head over to the. We're gonna leave here at the gym, sorry, and then we're gonna head on over to the Thomas A. Robertson.
Yes.
Track and Field Stadium for the official opening, which should start at about 6. Now we're seeing Grand Bahama gearing up now for Eleuthera, actually. This is the Eleuthera team.
Yeah, that's Eleuthera over there.
Yeah, this is the Eleuthera team. We talk about Eleuthera and the pineapple and all of that. So we'll wait and see what happens. We just saw a match between Abaco and Grand Bahama, and Abaco dismantling the Grand Bahama. And 2 sets, 25-16 and 25-18. Coming up next, Eleuthera and Grand Bahama. This should be a well-even match. Folks, just before we see the match between Grand Bahama and Eleuthera, we're getting set to give you some scores from earlier today. I got some scores for you earlier today. Still talking volleyball. Columbus Isles, they took care of Long Island 25-14, 25-2. Then you had New Providence. Taking care of Regular Island 25-12. All these actions took place at Anatole Rogers gym earlier today. But folks, for right now, we're gonna go back to the studio, take a real quick break. But when we come back, we got Grand Bahama coming up against Eleuthera. Stay with us. Ivan Showtime bringing you live coverage of the Bahamas game, day 2. We're talking this Kendall Isaacs gym, volleyball. We'll take a break and be back after this.
Grammy, what's a common loftier goal?
Well, my sweet one, a common loftier goal is a shared dream that we, as Bahamians, achieve together. It's a vision of unity, progress, and prosperity for all of our beautiful islands. You see, a common loftier goal is about working together towards something bigger than ourselves. It is what we are always striving to achieve. Now, how we get there is by one small step at a time.
But our country is so small.
Well, hon, you'll be surprised what can happen when you believe.
Lowe's means a lot to me. Seeing my customers smile brightens my day. Family is important to me. I love spending quality time with my grandchildren. I'm happy to celebrate 70 years with Lowe's. My name is Constance Penn. I've been working with Lowe's for 48 years. I hope and trust that they have another 70 years to come.
KTH Physiotherapy has a professional team of therapists that stay up to date with the latest methods in orthopedic rehabilitation. Our clinical staff is praised in helping in the recovery of sports injuries, including neck, back, knees, and shoulders, just to name a few. We provide high-quality service in a warm, friendly environment. Insurance is accepted with a doctor's referral. Get back on track with KTH Physiotherapy. Located East Bay Shopping Center, opposite Potter's Key. 394-5161.
Catch Janae's annual 20% off back-to-school sale going on this week only. Get up to 20% off on all school items in stock. Yes, 20% off all school items. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts in a variety of colors, colorful backpacks and lunch bags, character towels, raincoats, and umbrellas. Shop early and don't miss out on this. Janae's Chesapeake Road's annual 20% off back-to-school sale going on this week only. Beat the rush and save. Janae's 20% off annual back-to-school sale going on now. Restrictions apply.
Good afternoon, all, and welcome back to the Secondal Isaacs Jim Ivan Showtime, bringing you live coverage of the Bahamas game. And yes, we're into day 2. And speaking of being into day 2, we just saw a tremendous volleyball game, of course, between Grand Bahama and Abaco. And Abaco coming back and beating Grand Bahama in 2 sets after losing all yesterday. Now I'm here with Kanae Davis. And Kanae, I must say, how does it feel to be in the winning bracket right now?
Honestly, it feels great, especially being in the winning bracket with a group of amazing young ladies that love the sport just as much as I do, so it feels amazing.
Okay, now, now I understood that you're off to school right now.
Yes, sir.
We're coming together with this team. How much practices that you guys had to prepare?
Oh, we had minimal practice, not as much, so we're still kind of getting team chemistry right now, so I think we're doing pretty good for not having as much practices as we needed to get in.
Okay, now, with this being your first win, what would it take now before you guys get to, say, go into playoff round and probably compete for a medal?
Honestly, it's going to take a lot of mental toughness after losing a point or two and just getting back from, minor mistakes and just having fun and enjoying the game.
Hey, all the best to you. And, of course, I don't have to ask this. I can tell this is your first Bahamas game you participated in.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else special out there you want to say hi to, being back home now from school and all that?
Just probably my mom, my sisters, nieces, nephews. Yeah.
All right. All the best to you. And your counterpart, I see she's busy over there. She can really play volleyball.
Oh, she's amazing.
Where did she learn how to play volleyball like that?
She said it can't run in her blood. It runs in her blood.
Okay. Well, I see she's kind of busy now. So what are we going to do as we get ready for the game between Eleuthera and Grand Bahama? Davis, we want to just say thank you so much for joining us on the set.
Of course.
And all the best to you. I look forward to seeing you guys at least making the medal round.
Oh, yeah. We're bringing gold back to Abaco.
There you go. Good luck to you. All the best. Of course, folks, you heard it from Davis. She said they're going to take at least a medal back to Abaco. And again, guys, if you just joined us, yes, we're here live at the Secondal Isaacs Gym, where it's all about volleyball this afternoon. But don't forget, we got the official opening 6 o'clock this afternoon. You definitely want to be a part of that. I see my co-host. He's kind of mingling with the folks out there. But folks, again, like I said, we got more volleyball coming up. Davis, again, we want to say thanks and all the best to you as we continue to follow you guys. And hopefully you all would come out of this with a medal. All the best to you. So there we have it. Abaco ladies getting in the winning column for the first time, and they have a good team.
On paper, that always win. It's a team that plays together, that cohesive unit. And Davis, I'm hoping that she brings her talent to the national team the next time the national team is about to travel.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, like you said, she happens to be one of the players that you guys were scouting. But again, like I said yesterday, it's about going off to school. Yeah. A lot of people, it's a mindset. That's a mind thing, but psychologically they say, I don't want to go off to school.
Yeah, I want to go off.
That's the challenge.
Yeah, and we trying to get this tag that is better in the Bahamas, but we gotta change our mindset on a whole lot of stuff in order for it to be better in the Bahamas.
Well, let me ask you this, Wilson. Do you guys set up in a sense that y'all go out scouting students from different places other than here in the Bahamas?
Yes, well, we looked at it. And presently, we do pick up one or two. We have one or two probably on the soccer team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. But it's a growing thing, and as we grow with regards to facility and the dorms and all of that kind of stuff. Because right now, presently, we only hosting persons from the family of islands. And there's funding also. Okay, so certain things that you have to be able to provide athletes coming from abroad when you comparing yourself with athletes coming for the university. Because these everybody's going after the same athletes.
Well, someone just texted me a few moments ago, and they said a good place to scout is in Turks and Caicos. Yes,
we had somebody from the Turks from the Turks and Caicos, and she had during the pandemic, she went back home, and she got a good offer for a job, so she stayed home.
Okay. That's one of the challenges.
Yeah, we had her, and you're correct. There are some good athletes up in the Turks and Caicos, and we are looking at expanding, but like I say, the problem is a lot of Bahamians, they have the impression that if they don't go off, they haven't attended university. And it'll be sad to see that the University of the Bahamas has a lot of foreign athletes representing them, and that's a crying shame. So we are trying to recruit at home presently, but at some point in time, we're going to have to start looking deeper, because it is going to be a university of standard, and because it's going to be a university of standard, we're going to have to start winning games and showing that we are equal to any other university in the world.
Well, I'd say this. I mean, listening into it and talking about it, it's doable, no doubt. It's doable.
Yeah.
But it's going to take a whole lot.
It's going to take a whole lot.
And with the University of the Bahamas, I mean, when you talk about the financial aspect of it, that has to play a huge part as well.
Yeah, it plays a huge part too, because even though our athletes get some perks, right? When you compare to other universities, they're offering more than the university is offering, and so it has to get to the point where the coaches and trainers has more control over the athletes by what is being offered them. And a lot of our athletes, they have to work. Yeah. They have to go to work, they have to go to school. And so it poses a pressure on the time that they can come to training, and because of that, you can't really penalize them for mixing practice.
Yeah,
but if they are being taken care of by the university,
make it much easier for them.
Makes it much more easier for them.
So now we have Grand Bahama getting ready to face off against Eleuthera, and of course these two teams. Somewhat evenly matched. Rhymes, tell us about it.
Well, Grand Bahama has the advantage. All prior Bahama games and games between New Providence and other islands, Grand Bahama and New Providence has always been basically 1 and 2. And at any given day, Grand Bahama could outplay New Providence. That kind of talent there in Grand Bahama. You're going to see, if you look at the height-wise regards comparing Grand Bahama to New Providence, the height is similar. The height is similar, and you'll see some skills from Grand Bahama. You have right now Jensen. He's a former junior national team player. Jensen Cooper. He's a junior, and he's also a junior national team former player. Put on a little weight, but he's an excellent player. He's a player who plays with a lot of passion. And so when you look at it, Grand Bahama is going to put something on the Pineapple Boys from out of Eleuthera. And it's going to be a good match, but it's in the favor of Grand Bahama.
Grand Bahama. When you talk about that name, Jensen, is he the junior? Because
yes, he's the junior. His dad
his dad.
Of
volleyball players out of Grand Bahama.
Yeah, his dad was a former player, softball and volleyball. He's the second generation.
Okay, so folks, again, let's welcome you all to this matchup. Of course, Grand Bahama versus Eleuthera.
Yes, he has a talented young brother also who's probably going to be drafted by one of the major league team.
Wow.
Yeah, his mom is she's very involved with sports in Grand Bahama. Her name is Helena Cooper.
I think it's feeling out time. They're just taking their time now until somebody get mad, I guess.
Like I was saying, Jensen's mom, her name is Helena Cooper. She's also a member of the Bahamas Volleyball Federation for a number of years.
Boy, I see a little something from Eleuthera to this point.
Yeah, they're gonna see both teams they're not aware of what the other team can do. So right now they're feeling out each other. They're feeling out each other for the first couple of volleys to see, okay, let's see what you can do.
Oh,
yes.
Get your helmet.
Yes, he is a good volleyball player. We tried to recruit him a few times for the junior national team, but for some reason something always went contrary there. But he is a good player. That's Antonio Jennings. He is a true power hitter. See, a lot of things happen around the time of the pandemic. So a lot of the teams did not travel, as you know, because everything was shut down for volleyball. Not just volleyball, for all the sports. Yeah. See, now you're starting to see the power in Grand Bahama. This young man, number 2, he is the setter for Grand Bahama team. His name is Philip Sturge, and he is a junior also. Big block. Big block by number 3, LaTroy Williams. LaTroy Williams, he's also a product of University of the Bahamas, and he played basketball for University of the Bahamas.
Oh, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, but he's also a volleyball player. Big top, big block, off the block.
Off the blocker.
Yes, off the block.
That's 2 kills already.
Yes, 2 kills. Antonio Jennings. Oh, they're saying that the ball hit the antenna, so that goes against him.
Oh, so that's out.
Yeah, that's out.
I got to get accustomed to this antenna.
Good pass by Jennings. His ball is up.
Oh, boy. Watch it.
Good hustle. Good hustle by Grand Bahama.
Grand Bahama not giving up on anything.
Yes, that's how I like to see it. I like to see players going after the ball, even if they have the buck up. But just don't let it drop. To me, a ball dropping on the court is a crime. Good pass by the libero. Bad set. The middle player did not get out of the way. Give the setter an opportunity to get into position. The problem is they're stacking from the wrong side of the court.
Oh, what a save! What a save!
Yes, that's Jennings. They're not playing under control. That's going to pose a problem.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Eleuthera's in the house.
Eleuthera is surprisingly
we didn't see
making a statement early in this one.
We didn't see him in the lineup last night. And I spoke with the coach yesterday. He had some problem getting all of his players here. And that was one of those issues. But now we seem like we got everybody in lineup and in uniform. You're going to give that. It's going to be a problem. Now he's going to put that ball away.
Oh,
yes, he's going to put that ball away. Antonio Jennings.
When we look at the blockers up front, number 8. I mean, he is about maybe 5'7", 5'8", maybe.
Yeah, Antonio is he's a very good he's an active young man in the sport. He's also a member. A member of the Grand Bahama Volleyball Association. So he's taken on a role very early in life. They're trying to bring life back to volleyball in Grand Bahama. Jensen thinks, ball picked up, back at you. So you're going to see a lot of players like that. Everybody's looking for a 3-play. And sometimes, teams play against the normal. They put the ball back over 1 or put it back on 2. We call it bush ball. Second guess. And Eleuthera has the lead 9-4.
Boy, surprisingly, Eleuthera.
Yeah, Eleuthera has played more games so far thus far in the tournament than the Grand Bahama does, and so they're becoming more relaxed. Grand Bahama needs to get more relaxed.
Boy, I tell you, Eleuthera. I mean, I don't want to talk too quick, but boy, I'm impressed with Eleuthera to this point.
Personally, Grand Bahama has they changed their lineup a little bit. Lucas should have been playing libero. He should be because you can use two liberos. He should have been one of the liberos, but he is on the bench serving no purpose because he's probably want to play the outside player's position. But when you're looking at a tournament such as this, you need your best passes on the court. So a lot of time, this thing goes with pride. I don't want to be libero, because I want to get that spike. But you cannot spike if you can't get a pass. Good float serve. Bad set. Double contact. So the referee's going to call that.
That ball seems to be going on its way outside to me. I would have left that. I don't know.
You have Latoya Williams. He's a product of University of Bahamas in basketball. He served. Big dig. Yes.
Little guy getting up there.
Yes, Antonio Jennings. Good dig.
Oh, my.
Yeah, playing the hitters in the net, so the ball goes to Grand Bahama. And this young man, he's in education in Grand Bahama. Good serve again for ace. That's why it's important to serve. Then you have two players playing in the same area, so it's going to cause confusion. Good serve again. The ball is over. It should have been put down by the blocker. Good set. Jensen Cooper with a big hit. He said to me a while ago, "Coach, man, I haven't played this for a while, but I got a couple more in me."
Oh man, it is challenging for most of these guys who haven't played consistently for the past few years.
Good dig. Antonio, good push by the setter. Down the line by Jensen. For a kill. Down the line.
Jensen.
Yeah, he's correct. He have a couple more in him.
I wouldn't say a couple more. It seems like he got much more.
Yeah, it's number 0. He always like that number. Good serve again.
Oh, good save. Take it over. Good play.
Good set.
High timing.
Yes, the first time I saw the number 0, it always reminds me of a player called Cecil Rose.
Cecil Rose?
Yes,
Dr. Cecil Rose?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He wore number 0, I think, for the University of Houston.
Right. He was pretty good now.
Yeah, he played.
He's the one who carried the Rose name.
Yeah, it's him, Lyndon Rose, Jacob Rose.
Oh, but he was the top one.
Yeah, he was. The first time I saw that number, I thought it was impossible to wear that number, but he was the first number 0 I saw.
And didn't he get into politics at one point?
It was the other brother. It was the other brother. It was Matthew. I think it was Matthew. Matthew got into politics. Yeah. Another good basketball player.
Yeah, exactly.
He played with the University of Human with guys like Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler.
Now we see Eleuthera now with a 14-11 lead. And they're serving the ball, I must say.
Yeah.
Easy.
No, but the game is not over yet. Number 8. He's a promising young guy also. He's in his early 20s. His name is I think that's Kirk Faxton's stepson, Milano Knowles. Good pass. Ball set too tight on the net. They're making a lot of errors.
I think Cooper just was a bit late on that one.
Yeah, see, yeah, because
timing wasn't there.
Yeah, he was expecting the ball to be set further out. Yeah, Grand Bahama is making a lot of technical mistakes right now. Right now, Lucas is coming in the court. I feel that she should be their primary libero in the backcourt, but for some reason he's dressed as an all-around player. So he's coming on. He's gonna set. He plays a number position, but like I said, he's one of the players who I think played probably in every Bahama games.
Yeah, now they're gonna call a timeout.
Yeah, when I saw them a few weeks ago, he was playing libero for them, and he did an excellent job. You know, but nowadays people still look at the libero position as a less position because they cannot spike and they cannot serve. They just play, backcourt. But actually, the defender, the backcourt specialist, who is the libero, is the one who gets your players started, and the one who takes care of your defense, who sets up the court on how everybody should be positioned and keep that backcourt running.
Wow. Now, do everybody has a turn to play this libero?
Yeah, the libero position is only a backcourt specialist. They don't serve. They cannot jump and attack the ball even from backcourt. They could drive the ball while standing on the ground. They can bump set from the backcourt. They cannot go into the front line and overhand set. Their job is specifically just for the backcourt. They're in charge of the backcourt. And a good libero, if you watch Jamal Ferguson, he plays libero for the national team, men's national team. If you watch him play libero, that is how a libero is supposed to play this game. They take total control of all the free ball and in the backcourt. First ball, he touches it. Big hit. Okay, now Jensen's going to the line. He has a good service, so this is an opportunity, and Grand Bahama now has a strong front line with Antonio Jennings, Milano Knowles, and number 2, Philip Stirrup Jr. Strong front court, good blockers. They have Lucas in the backcourt. He's an excellent passer. So this is where they need to make their run. They need to get at least 3-4 points right here. Get back in this game. As I said, big block. Big block, but he needs to get over the net some more. Good pass. Ball is over.
Oh, good block.
Yes. It appears to me that Grand Bahamas is they're a little nervous right now. They're a little quiet. That's not the normal Grand Bahama team I'm used to seeing. Ooh, bad set. Referee called it. Like I said, the referee is allowing some things to go because of the level of play of both teams. So he's going to try to keep it even with his call. But when it's very, very bad, he's going to call it. Okay, we have Grand Bahama back in the game, 16-17. Good block by Grand Bahama. Yes, right now, if you look at the Eleuthera team, they have a very, very small front court. This is their weaker rotation. This is their weakest rotation. Their big hitters are in the back court. And so this is going to cause some problems for them because they can't even get the pass. Now that ball should have been blocked by the middle player. Score is now 18-17 in the favor of Eleuthera. We have a brand new ball game.
A miscommunication.
Miscommunication. Right. See, like I said, Lucas should be playing libero, but now they have him setting, and he's turning too quickly. Good dink. That's gonna drop if you don't place it. Good hit. Bad step. The referee lets it go.
Now Grand Bahama with a Sorry, Eleuthera with a 1-point lead to this point.
Yes, Grand Bahama is not doing themselves any favor.
Hit no long ones during the service.
Yes. Eleuthera is making very little mistakes on your service, so that's the difference right now in the game. Who's going to serve the ball on the court? This young man here is an excellent player also. I watched him last night play. It's a free ball, but what are they going to do with it? See, that's what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be controlling that net. Good block. Good block. Toy Williams. Good block. That's what he should have been doing all day because they're just touching the ball close to the net, and if he's blocking them, it's going to be for a point for Grand Bahama. Antonio Jennings to the line. Good float serve. Dink the ball onto their own side. Good dink against Grand Bahama. The Grand Bahama middle blocker, he needs to reach over. He needs to pike over the net. His hands is on his side of the court, so anything coming off his hand will drop on the court. He's a big, tall fella, so he needs to get over that net. Put it over.
Oh, good block. Good block there.
Yes, bad choice.
These are right now, these are the really pivotal points.
Yes.
Eleuthera, 22-19.
Yes, Eleuthera served the ball into the net. The game is anyone's for the taking. At this present point, it's anyone for the taking.
Who wants it the most?
Who wants it the most? Good float serve. Jensen down the line.
Oh, man.
Yes, he got a few more in him.
Jensen now with his fourth kill of the game.
Yes, he's a very prideful player. He hates. You watched him before the game. He was a little agitated, because he don't know what he's gonna do. But when the game gets started and momentum starts to flow, you're gonna see what type of player he really is. Good set, good pet. Good thing by Lucas, the setter.
So now we have a tie ball game.
Yes, brand new game. And once again, our Eleuthera better players are in the backcourt. I should be on one.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Boy, I tell you.
Yes, he's playing.
Eleuthera coming up with some big plays when it really counts.
Yeah, Eleuthera is playing a smart game. You notice what they're not doing. What they're doing is if the ball is not hittable, they're just keeping it in play and then play defense.
Yeah, they're not trying to force the issue.
No, they're not trying to force the issue.
Ooh, good hit, good bring back.
Good dig by Latoy. Good dig by Jensen. Yeah.
Try to.
Oh, cross court is outside.
Is outside.
Yeah, that's the big hitter for Eleuthera. Lucas is at the service line. Good server. He has a good volleyball program going on in Grand Bahama. Big blocks. Okay, I think Grand Bahama has made the decision that they're going to try and take this set. It's now a game point for Grand Bahama. This service is very important. Lucas is going to point out on the weaker passer. Goes to the middle. Ball is set. Bad set. Referee did not call it. Ball pushed over. He's going to pay for that. Big hitter from the Eleuthera don't want to hit the ball. They're playing careful, but they're going to pay for that right now with a big hit by Jensen.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Just when they needed it most, Jensen. Now, this means that they got to go.
The two. They got to win by 2. So now it starts over. 24-24. No reason for that ball to drop.
Oh, boy.
No reason for that ball to drop. It was a good pass. Now it's game point for Eleuthera. Grand Bahama had it. Their coaches now, Whitney, he's going to call a timeout. This is the coach's daughter plays for Grand Bahama female. That's Whitney Brister. That's the same name.
And I'm wondering, if I'm not mistaken, I think Jensen, his mom played on the national team, softball national team.
Now, it may have been.
I got to get a chance.
Yeah, it's a whole heap of them that's family. I don't remember Helena playing softball, but she has always been involved. She's heavily involved in softball.
Yeah, because I remember when Jensen's dad, when I was in Freeport, I remember if this is his son.
Yeah, that's
I
his son.
remember when he married the young lady who's a member of the national team softball team. Of course, that was back in the day.
This could be game. Nobody in place. Oh, he didn't hit that ball. Okay, it's going to be a match.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be a match. It's going to be a match.
Boy, I tell you.
Yes.
And Grand Bahama staying alive and make it a 25-25 ball game.
Yes, big play by Philip Stirrup. Timely spike. And now you have Jensen at the service line.
Good save, good save.
Good dig. Oh, he should have left the ball. Lucas was right there.
Lucas was right behind him to pick it up.
Yes, this game is going to go probably to the 30s, 26-25. Grand Bahama needs to break. You see, that's a strategy, you know. Sometimes when you want to pause the server,
exactly,
you say the floor is wet. You get a free timeout.
Strategy, what can I say?
Yeah. Let's see what Chicago used to lose his tennis shoe. And tell the referee his shoes needs to be tied.
Ooh, yes. That's a killer right there.
Antonio down the line. I think it's
now.
Yeah, they're gonna fight. They're gonna fight, right?
But from Jump Street, I was saying, man, Eleuthera has shown me that they really ready.
Yeah. Milano knows for the serve and big serve.
Oh, man.
That's a smart play because he normally jump serves, but he realized the importance. Milano realized the importance of getting the ball on the court, so he stayed on the ground and resulted in an ace. Actually, that's the game. Grand Bahama taking the match by 1.
So they only go to two extra.
I guess they put a cap on the match because it could go a very long time. It's because they're only playing a best of the 3 sets. I think it's capped at 27. Who gets 27 first?
Okay, so there we have it, folks. Eleuthera falling short to Grand Bahama 26-27. And, of course, Grand Bahama coming from behind to win that match because all along Eleuthera was in control of the match somewhat.
Yes. Eleuthera plays a very good sound game. They try to make very little error. If you notice, they're not overplaying the positions. Each player is responsible for their zone, and so and if the ball is not hittable, they're giving it back. Yeah, they're playing a sound volleyball game, but they lost a couple points on serve receive.
To the studio, take a really quick break, but guys, stay with us. Ivan Showtime coming to you live from here at the Secondal Isaacs Gym along with Wilson. We're going to take a break, guys, and be back after this.
Inspections by the MVTF are to begin January 2024 on all commercial vehicles. Drivers will need to ensure that their trucks meet safety standards. Inspection areas include lights, horns, brakes, hydraulic systems. All trailers must be inspected on the same timeline, must have proper brakes, locking systems, and is roadworthy. Contact us at 601-0629 for further details and appointments.
Catch Janae's annual 20% off back-to-school sale going on this week only. Get up to 20% off on all school items in stock. Yes, 20% off all school items. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts in a variety of colors, colorful backpacks and lunch bags, character towels, raincoats, and umbrellas. Shop early and don't miss out on this. Janae's Chesapeake Road's annual 20% off back-to-school sale going on this week only. Beat the rush and save. Janae's 20% off annual back-to-school sale going on now. Restrictions apply.
Live from Margaritaville, join us for an unforgettable week of Our News. From July 3rd to 7th, on the road to independence. Our News will broadcast live at 7 and 7:30, delivering you
Ivan Showtime coming to you live here at the Easter Kendall Isaacs Gym, where it's all about day 2 in the Bahamas games. Of course, I have with me the legend himself, Wilson. And Wilson, we're seeing a great match here. 2 good teams are really in a dogfight.
Yes, we've seen Eleuthera showing some skills. Their game has improved as the tournament progresses. And Grand Bahama, they trying to shake off the rust. You know, but I'm thinking that you're going to see a better match in this set coming up from Grand Bahama, because now they realize that, okay, let's shake off some things. Let's get some persons in the right place. They had a problem with their rotation and their lineup. So I think they're going to correct that. And you're going to see a better game coming from them, because now you're going to see Lucas back in the lineup as a starting member. He came off the bench. So they made the changes. It's a chess match, and who makes the changes when it's necessary is going to win this game.
Okay, so there we have it. Grand Bahama and Eleuthera going at it as the referee checking the lineup. And we're going to go back to action again. We're seeing Grand Bahama coming back and winning the first game.
Yeah.
And now Eleuthera. I don't know if they're going to have a pressure on themselves after being almost in charge of that first game and came back and lost it in extra time, but we'll see what happens.
Big hitter. Yes.
Boy.
Yes, he's the big hitter.
Now I'm beginning to see this now.
Yes, he's the big hitter. And that's Lance Pelicanos. No, that's not Lance Pelicanos.
Oh boy, just like that, we got a tie game 1-1. And one of the things you don't want to do is to serve the ball in the net. You don't stand a chance.
No, that's...
At least put it over so they can...
Yeah, that's a crime.
Yeah, put it over so they can... Don't beat yourself.
Yeah, that's a crime. That's the quickest way to give up a point. Good serve. Good dig. But it's unfortunate he's outside.
Outside, but good comeback.
Yes, he was in good position for that dig. This young man is a solid volleyball player. He needs some work, some cleaning up, but he has good potential. Good block. Good block by Antonio. He's now controlling the net. Grand Bahama starting to feel more relaxed in the match.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, they're feeling more relaxed.
I didn't like that hit.
Big hit, but outside. See, and the more Eleuthera gives up point, the flatter they're going to become. They need a big moment right now. They're receiving, they need a good pass, and they need a hitter to do something. Do we have that right now? No, again, ball is dig up. Lucas sets the ball out.
Oh, yes. Good try.
Yes, they needed that. They needed that.
And the referee is saying that it's on.
Yeah, they needed that. Oh, no, bad serve.
Oh, boy.
Yes, he tried to serve the ball in the front court, which was a good thought for the moment, but you got to be good at it if you're going to do it. No time to experiment. Grand Bahamas in the net.
I'll be beginning to see the Eleuthera team now getting some momentum, and they're getting all excited, and this is what I like to see.
Yeah. These teams are evenly matched, and so
oh man, here's Jensen again.
Yeah, he's trying to kill that ball. He's starting to feel it. I guarantee if the next ball that goes to him, he's going to dink it. He's that kind of player. That's on LaTroy Williams. Grand Bahama made a substitution. They have a new middle in, and that's Andrew Lane. He's a good young blocker. He has good potential. I've seen him play it a few weeks ago. Andrew Lane. LaTroy Williams at the service line for Grand Bahama. Takes a deep breath. Serves the ball. Good float service down the line again. Good block. Ball is passed. Dig. Lucas to the dink. Ball back over by Eleuthera. Overset.
Man, I tell you, they were putting on that fake play.
Yes.
But unfortunately, it just didn't pan out.
Yes, he set it a little too high for Zane.
Oh, yes.
Antonio. Good dig. Okay, you're going to see Jensen with this big attack. Oh, you give it a lane again.
Oh,
yes,
the big hitter again.
Yes.
Man, you talk about the talent of this young man. That's what you've seen so far. And I must agree with you. He's the big hitter.
Yes, he is a big hitter.
Now, they have him here as Pelicanos, but I don't think he's Pelicanos.
No, I don't think that's Pelicanos. They have the name and the numbers mixed up. I think Pelicanos is number 10. I think Pelicanos is number 10, and he's doing a good job on defense in the backcourt. And in the front court, he had a few blocks for the night. There he goes, Pelicanos with the pass. Good set. Roll ball over. He's out. Point for Grand Bahama. There's a crime again. Service into the net. It tells what kind of pressure you were under when you were at the service line. That's a lonely position at the service line. Yeah, take that deep breath and get that ball on the court. Antonio Williams. Ball rolls. Back over. Okay, what are they going to do with the ball this time? Big hit. Good dig.
Oh, good defense.
Back at you.
Oh, yes.
You have a game going on now. Back at you.
Good
yes,
block,
good block.
I tell you.
Yes.
Here comes the Eleuthera Pineapple.
Yes, the Eleuthera is saying when you want to hit like that.
Man, I tell you, we're in a dogfight this evening. Eleuthera and Grand Bahama, we tied at 9 apiece in game 2.
Yes, it's a bad pass by Philip Sturb Jr. Grand Bahama got to settle down and get it together. Antonio Williams with the attack. Eleuthera look confused at the moment. Ball set. Zane missed that ball. Ball's up.
Oh, boy, I tell you, Eleuthera.
Yes.
Eleuthera somehow or the other, they just elevate the game, and then at times they tend to allow some unforced errors.
Yes, and you have Lucas now trying to get the ball to Andrew Lane, but they're miscommunicating. So Lane, who's normally a good middle player, is missing a lot of the balls. Big attack from Antonio Williams from the backcourt. A point for Grand Bahama.
Yeah, they're going to call that off the blocker.
Yeah, once Lucas starts making contact with Andrew Lane, it's going to be a good play for the young man because he's an excellent middle player and he can hit the ball well. He's young and he has some experience. Once he has some experience, he'll be good.
Man, the little guy come out of nowhere.
That's a good slide.
And what a good place.
Yes, he made a good slide. Yeah, this one is for all the marbles. Good set by Lucas. Yes, Antonio Williams. Good set. That was a bad ball, but the referee let it go. Good set out again, Antonio. Yes, get that one.
Boy, I tell you, in Grand Bahama, has always find a way to continue to be competitive in this one.
Yes, Antonio Jennings is saying no mercy. All headshots. The score is now 12-12. Tie game. Similar to the first set. Showtime, we have a match going on.
I'm telling you, they were down to the wire.
Yeah, now he served it into the net.
From start to finish.
Key service right now. Good service. Jennings passed the ball. Big hit down the line. Eleuthera was touching a lot of balls, but keeping it in the place become a little difficult for them. Philip Sturb Jr. at the line for Grand Bahama. He's searching, he's looking. Looking for that weaker passer on Eleuthera's team. Jump float, pass the ball. It's going to be a dink, free ball to Grand Bahama. Lucas sets the ball. Good spike. Ball is out. Good attempt. Now he could have gone onto the other side. Once he brings the ball back beyond the antenna, the ball was still in play.
Wow. That would have been probably play of the day.
That would have been play of the day. But it has happened. I've seen it happen. Good serve again. And it's for a kill.
A little miscommunication
yes,
right there.
Miscommunication. So now you have the score 15-13 for Grand Bahama. Good serve again. Ball off the block. Eleuthera said we're not going to let them go nowhere. They're still in the match. Both teams are very quiet on the court. Bad pass. Do they get it over? Yes, they do. Ball is set up for Eleuthera. Big hit, but no, it's into the net. Ball for Grand Bahama. That's Jeffrey Grant, who plays for Eleuthera. He's a very good player, but I haven't seen much of him today. Eleuthera's calling a timeout. They're going to try and slow down the momentum of Grand Bahama.
And, Coach, while we have a break in the action, just an update for you. Down at Untold Rogers Gym, we're talking men's, Abaco, and Exuma. Abaco and Exuma was at it, and of course we see Abaco beating Exuma 25-19 and 16-14. Of course, the first game, Ragged Island was able to win the first game, 25-19. But then Abaco came back 25-19, and of course in the second game, 16-14.
Sound like a slugfest.
Yep, indeed it was. Also at the Anatole Rogers Gym, we're still talking men's. Long Island defeated Andros 25-18 and 25-18. So we're beginning to see volleyball kind of shape up, and we're going to see exactly the seedings as far as who's going to play for the bronze, who's going to play for the gold, and a couple of more matches, you know, because volleyball has been one of the first sport that we would see we'll be able to determine the seedings and who's going to play for the gold and who's going to play for the bronze.
Yes.
Anyway, we're back to action now. Grand Bahama serving.
Oh. Good block. Good block. Excellent block. Excellent block. Pelicanos going all into the bleachers, all up on the chairs trying to retrieve that ball. He wants that ball. He wanted that ball bad. Antonio Jennings at the line for the service. He normally jump serves also, but he's on the ground. They want this match bad. Yes, I wonder.
Oh, good comeback.
Yes. I wonder where he was. He comes again. Oh, he hits it in the net. Yes.
Boy,
that's Jeffrey Grant. He's an excellent hitter. But I thought he was sleeping a lot today, but now he look like he's going to wake up.
So let's watch.
Outside.
It's out.
Yes, big service error. That's what you call that is a rally killer. Your team is making a run and then you serve the ball outside. Rally killer. Good set. Yes, LaTroy Williams. Gentleman has a good basketball game here, but he's showing that he could also play the volleyball. Good athlete. Bad set, double contact. That LaTroy Williams, he's a product of Bacchus Roll. He was coached by him.
Yes, indeed. I remember the minister.
Ball hit outside.
His time at COB as well. At the time, you guys were still in college in the Bahamas.
Yes.
But now it's University of the
Bahamas. Good jump float. Excellent serve. Oh, referee's going to call a double contact. That one was really bad. Ordinarily to let it go, but that one was too bad.
So now Grand Bahama trying to...
Yes, this one should be over.
Move away.
Big hit. Big hit.
Oh,
yes,
man.
Mr. Grant.
Grant looked like he wanted to bow a hole in the road.
Yes, Mr. Grant, he was sleeping all night, all day. Now he's starting to wake up. Big server. He's a good server also. Let's see if he can bring Abaco back into the match. That's a good dig.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Yes, Lane should have reached over the net and blocked that ball. That ball should not have broken the plane of the net. Andrew Lane, he misjudged that block just now. But now they got to get the ball back. Jennings.
But they're saying it's out.
Oh, they say he touched the net. Big hit. No. Ball is for Grand Bahama. Big hit for Jennings. It wasn't him in the net. It was Eleuthera in the net. And you're correct. Jennings have quite a few more in him.
Oh, boy, I tell you. That's about a 6th kill.
He's always been a good hitter. That's a good worker. Good serve. Now it's at game point. Yeah, look like Grant is laboring a little bit. That's probably why he was sleeping most of this match.
To me, it seems that Grant may be a little ailing a little bit.
Yes, he's ailing a little bit. But every now and again he pulls one out. Yeah, he's not at his best right now. Rally killer. Lucas served the ball into the net, giving it back to Grand Bahama. Now this is pressure. This is pressure for you, Eleuthera. The game is at 24-18, and now you at the service line. Now, do you allow Grand Bahama to win by serving the ball bad?
This is some pressure.
This is pressure. And he gets it over.
Good serve.
Yes, he gets it over. What are they going to do with it? Pelicano set the ball. Good roll.
Boy, Eleuthera, they're not ready to go to sleep yet.
No, they're not ready to go to sleep. As they say, it's not over till the fat lady sings. I don't see any fat female in the gym at this moment, so it could be an all-nighter.
I think they're having an official timeout.
Yeah, it could be. They checking who's that server. That could be detrimental for Abaco if the wrong server is at the line. That means that this match will be over. That could be the only thing at this moment they're looking at. Okay, he is the correct server, so unfortunate for Abaco that they are in the correct rotation. Lane is blocked. Ball is up. Oh, he puts it over. Big mistake. It's coming back at you hard. It's a big hitter.
Oh, the big hitter, but what a return. What a return.
Here he goes. Oh, they blocked him twice.
Oh, man.
Yes. They blocked him twice. Lane and Williams on the block. No, he got away with it. Ball goes outside to Williams. Down the line, outside. It's Philip Stirrup. He's playing out of the outside position here. 2 balls and now that one is outside. They're putting Eleuthera back in the game, 21-24, and he serves the ball out.
What a way.
Yes, that's the pressure.
What a way to end the game.
That's the pressure.
And now we see Abaco again falling short to Grand Bahama in the second game. 25-21, but I must say, Eleuthera was very impressive to me.
Yes,
of course.
Eleuthera they play a good game.
A very good game, I would say.
Yeah, but it appears to me as if they have been a couple of players with slight injuries who are not operating at 100%.
So yeah, Legend Wilson, this has been a really, even though Grand Bahama win both games were very, very competitive coming down to the wire. In the first game, we see them having to go into extra to determine the winner. And this one, unfortunately for Eleuthera played upward to the last second. And came up a bit short again.
Yeah, service is very important.
Yes, indeed. Now, we got one more game because we should be out here by 4 o'clock. Again, just a reminder for those of you who are locked in with us, we have the official opening that is scheduled for the Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium. Of course, it's the new part. So we're going to fill that new part at 6 o'clock, and people are beginning to get there by at least 5 o'clock this evening. And it's going to be all kind of activities as far as the concert and you name it. Anyway, guys, again, Ivan Showtime coming to you live here at the Secondal Isaacs Gym. I get the Legend with me. And Legend, we got a break to go to, but when we come back, we got my Kyle coming up as far as volleyball goes. Stay with us, guys. We'll take a break and be back after this.
Means a lot to me. Seeing my customers smile brighten my day. Family is important to me. I love spending quality time with my grandchildren. I'm happy to celebrate 70 years with Lowe's. My name is Constance Penn. I've been working with Lowe's for 48 years. I hope and trust that they have another 70 years to come.
KTH Physiotherapy has a professional team of therapists that stay up to date with the latest methods in orthopedic rehabilitation. Our clinical staff is praised in helping in the recovery of sports injuries, including neck, back, knees, and shoulders, just to name a few. We provide high-quality service in a warm, friendly environment. Insurance is accepted with a doctor's referral. Get back on track with KTH Physiotherapy. Located East Bay Shopping Center, opposite Potter's Key, 394-5161.
Catch Janae's annual 20% off back-to-school sale going on this week only. Get up to 20% off on all school items in stock. Yes, 20% off all school items. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts in a variety of colors, colorful backpacks and lunch bags, character towels, raincoats, and umbrellas. Shop early and don't miss out on this. Janae's Chesapeake Road's annual 20% off back-to-school sale going on this week only. Beat the rush and save. Janae's 20% off annual back-to-school sale going on now. Restrictions apply.
March together to a common loftier goal.
Grammy, what's a common loftier goal?
Well, my sweet one, a common loftier goal is a shared dream that we, as Bahamians, achieve together. It's a vision of unity, progress, and prosperity for all of our beautiful islands. You see, a common loftier goal is about working together towards something bigger than ourselves. It is what we are always striving to achieve. Now, how we get there is by one small step at a time.
But our country is so small.
Well, hon, you'll be surprised what can happen when you believe.
Nassau is the capital, Bahamas. Bimini is the gateway, Bahamas. 1492, Columbus landed. 1973, we were free. From Nassau to Inawa, Bahamas. From Freeport to Mequona, Bahamas. Tourists love our country, Bahamas.
Good afternoon, all, and welcome back. Ivan Showtime. We're still here at the Secondal Isaac Gym, where we're bringing you day 2 coverage of the Bahamas games. Of course, it's been brought to you by our TV, and we're seeing now that the volleyball matches is coming down to the wire. We're getting ready now for a game between Bimini and, of course, Michael. Of course, Bimini yet to get on the winning path as far as the tournament goes, but this is a good opportunity for Bimini. I had a chance to speak with one of the coaches from the Bimini team, and they're telling me that if they win this match, they could qualify themselves to go into the medal round. So we'll continue to watch and see how things progress as far as that goes. As for Michael, Michael also been having a rough time as well, but they figure that they could turn things around, and they're going to try to do that by winning this upcoming game again, Michael and Bimini. And for those of you who are not aware of it, several well, so now we're getting some reports about from down at Anatole, and I think what the legend is saying to me that we may have a major upset as it relates to volleyball. But again, remember now, this is not the medal round as yet. But of course, Wilson, what can you tell us about what's going on down there at Anatole?
Yeah, we can see, as we discussed last night, the teams are probably be making it to the gold medal round, and both of those teams are playing right now at Anatole Gym. That's Columbus Isles and New Providence men's team. And right now, Columbus Isles, man, it has the advantage.
Columbus Isles are now. When you say the advantage, this is just the first game.
The first set, and they has the advantage in the first set. So now look like if New Providence is going to win, they have to win the next set, and it's going to be a 3-setter. So that's the game that that's a fourth seed to the championship match, and
wow.
That's a match that should have been on camera, but Unfortunately, based on scheduling, we're not working on that match right now.
Right now, but I could just imagine the excitement in that gym down there.
Yes, yes. They said the gym down there is packed.
Ooh, boy, I tell you, man, listen. When we talk about New Providence team, the way they played the few games that they played here, I mean, everybody was impressed with New Providence team. And not only that, they were saying another player was scheduled to come in from New Providence today.
Yeah, that's what's his name? What's his name?
I know he played abroad or
yes, he plays beach ball professionally now. He don't play indoors no more. That's right. John Isaacs.
John Isaacs.
Yes, that's the judge's daughter.
Boy, I tell you, and now they find themselves in a dogfight.
Yes, they're in a dogfight.
With
Columbus Isle has a lot of experience with Prince Wilson and those type of fellas. They know how to hit around the blocks.
Sanders is also a member of that team.
Sanders also. They have a third of the national team on Columbus Isle team. So that third has good experience, and if Jawan is setting, that changed the whole mix because you have Javari also. Javari Sadat, who is a national team player as a setter for many years. So you have good leadership and good players on that team. So if Javari and Javon and Prince are on their game, they're gonna have a problem.
Wow. Again, folks, we will continue to follow that game down there at Anatole and bring you updates as the evening progresses. And boy, I see what we call maybe an upset in the making.
Yes, like I said, it's going to be a good match between those two teams, Columbus Isle and New Providence. And if New Providence doesn't play their game, when you look at the senior leadership, okay, that bit makes the difference. You have to be players there has to be one or two players who has that leadership ability. New Providence team is very good, but they has no true leader on that squad right now because their true leader is now playing for Columbus Isles. Both of them, Prince Wilson and Javon Sanders.
Wow.
Yes, and their setter, Javari, he is a smart setter. Okay, he watches what the opponent is doing, and he reads their defense, and so he's always ready to give what they're not expecting.
Okay, so folks, again, we'll continue to keep you abreast as to how things go as far as New Providence and Columbus Isle down there at the Anatole Rogers gym. But for right now, we're going to stay here with the game that is coming up between Michael and Bimini. So now we're set to start the matchup, which will be the final matchup of the evening. You're seeing relatively slow start, and both of these teams are trying to advance to play spoilers. And both teams evenly matched up. Of course, in the early going, Michael with a 1-0 and a service in the net for Michael. So now we got a 1-1 game. And here comes Bimini with the service, and it went over. So, Wilson, I didn't get your prediction as it relates to this matchup between these two teams.
On that team. You have Alejandro Thompson. He's a good middle player, former national team member. He may not look like he can play middle, but he's one of the better middle players that I've had the opportunity to train. He's a sleeper, whereas persons underestimate him, but he is a good hitter and an excellent blocker. And you have John Roll, who's on the bench presently. Sergeant John Roll, he is another good player who played for the national team. And then you have your number 11, Anwood Johnson. So Michael has a very good team, and so they should beat Bimini. Good serve. Right now, Mike Allen's not even blocking Bimini. Ball goes back out. Big hit, block. Big block. Big block by Bimini. Not in my house.
Well, I tell you, that's one of the most exciting plays in volleyball.
Yes, that's a block by Raymond Louis. Alejandro down the line, but it's outside. He's a former national team. He played junior league.
Yeah, that was the time. That was the time. He was a force to reckon with.
Yes, he was. He said he also said that he has another one left in him. I don't know if you have another one left.
You know, we always feel that way.
Yeah.
Some of us, the older guys, when they started talking about the Bahamas games coming back, and so a lot of us who realize we over the hill, but we feel like, man, listen, come on, I could do at least one more year here.
Yeah. But, you know, actually, he's a very young guy, but he hung up his shoes quite early.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes
I think the pandemic had a lot to do with a lot of middle-aged athletes.
Yeah, sometimes too. What happens is a lot of players, they see the younger guys coming up behind them, and they feel the challenge is too much of a pressure, so they give away rather than let the younger guys earn it.
Yeah.
But like you're correct, the pandemic made a lot of changes in the game. Bad decision.
Oh, Louis.
Yeah, Raymond Louis, bad decision.
I figured he would just drive it over. Sometimes you'll be in a position where you can't get a good hit, but just keep it in play.
Just keep it in play. Ball served in the net.
Under the net.
Yes, that's 2 cases. That's a penalty. That's Kirk Roll at the line for Bimini. Big hit!
Oh, boy. Man, I tell you.
Yes.
How sneaky that one was.
Yes. He has always been a good hitter. He's kind of short. He's kind of short in stature, but he has always been a good player. And they call him Dre. Yeah, he's tried out for the senior men's national team a few times, but for some reason, during the time he tried out, he just quit trying out. You know, I'm of the impression that he could have been a very good player on the men's national team if he had continued to come out.
One thing I can say with volleyball, during the time that baseball here in the province, and throughout the Bahamas for that matter, had its struggles in terms of the night league and all that, volleyball was one of the sports that continued playing.
Yes.
In spite of all the ups and downs. And there's no sport in my mind in this country that haven't had its test of time.
Yes.
Softball, there was a time when softball people were saying how nobody coming out to softball. Softball was on the brink of collapsing. I'm referring to fast-pitch softball. And for some reason or the other, they just continue to, start to rebuild again and start to, make some changes.
Yes.
But volleyball was always kind of steady somewhat.
Yeah, volleyball has always been a steady sport. And what has happened is it too goes back to leadership of the league. At one point, volleyball did have a struggle there when he was able to field like three teams. But what happened was that coaches made sacrifices and other players from other teams when they build other teams, because it wasn't just about winning, it was about ensuring that the league continues.
Right.
See, volleyball has more of a family structure. I mean, we're starting to lose that family structure. It was a time where persons would bring their dinner into the gym and they spend all Sunday in the gym. And that's kind of changing, but that is the strength of volleyball, has always been the strength of volleyball, whereas persons were like family. Everybody knew everybody and everybody knew everybody's family.
That's one thing I can say with volleyball. It's more of a family-oriented sport.
Yes, it is.
Most of the volleyball players, you can relate them to family members.
Yes.
And the family members sometimes bring out a neighbor or a cousin.
Yes.
And then the cousin comes out and then they say, oh, that's John, cousin.
Yes.
This one. And that's how it is. When we look at it, that's how it is.
That's how it is. Got Spray again with the serve. foot is on the line. His foot is on. Oh, he's out of rotation in the backcourt.
So we may having a good one here, 9-9. I would have leave that one.
Yeah, I would have leave that too.
Ooh.
Oh, big hit. Big
One
hit.
thing about this Michael team, they got some big hitters.
They got some good hitters. You know, these guys, they play in the league, and so they're very competitive. In order to survive, you got to be a big hitter. Yes, almost a service error again. Almost a service error again for Michael. They're still trying to shake off the jitters, you know. Big serve. That would have gone out. I would have left that alone. If you're in the backcourt that deep and you have to jump to play the ball has to be out.
So, well, yeah, we're here in the middle first game of our last game for the evening.
Yes, that's Derek Storr where they are in the backcourt.
So now we...
Big hit.
What a big hit again.
Yes. That's Ava Johnson. He's always been a good hitter. If you don't put blocks on him, he will put it down, and he brags. He has a hard mouth. He's one of them who will talk to you all day, all night.
I like those kind of guys.
Yes.
When you beat them, you got a good reason to beat them.
Oh, yeah, you got to beat him bad. Yeah, that's Ray again from the backcourt, but he hits it out this time.
Unfortunately for him, he didn't get on top of it.
No. Yeah, this game is still winnable. Bimini's still in the match. Bimini's playing much better than they has throughout the tournament. They're starting to settle down. Ball set out. Ball rolled over. Ball is on.
Boy, that's on.
Yes, Andre read that ball wrong, and the ball was inches in court. Number 11 for Bimini at the service line. That's Wilfred Brown. There's Alejandro. He just rolled that ball over the blocks. Smart hitter. Alejandro Thompson. He's a product of C.R. Walker also.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of Ambrista's. That's Grant's athlete. But he played a number of years for the men's junior national team.
Oh.
There he goes again. I tell you. It don't get better than that. See, look at his size. You figure he can't get up like that, but he has always had that size, and people always underestimated him. Alejandro Thompson. Big block. Had to use him that time.
Louis now with a chance to make up.
Yes, big serve. Good serve.
Oh, good serve.
Yes. Oh, Bimini in the net.
Somebody went fishing.
That's number 8 for Bimini. He's in the net. That's Leonardo Bain for Bimini. Big fish in the net.
So now we have a slight break in the action. Any word from down there at the Anatole Rogers gym?
No, I'm anxious to hear what is the outcome.
I'm telling you, man, the minute you say New Providence in trouble, I need to know about that. New Providence being in trouble?
Yes, they are in trouble.
Who they playing? Guatemala or one of those? Or Jamaica or somebody?
Right now, they have hell on their hands. They have hell on their hands. The senior members of the national team is now put it on the junior members of the national team.
And you did mention that the national team, they're getting ready to travel in a few.
Yeah, they travel in a few weeks, you know. Persons out there who is willing to sponsor volleyball at the CBC games, we are in need of money. Money is answered all teams. Have a break in the action right now. Each coach is just trying to strategize. Strategy is now over. It's back to the playing field. Score 16-13 in favor of Michael. Not ready. Alejandro, ball's going to be set to him. Outside the Dre. Big hit. Number 12. See, a big hit like that should have been celebrated by his teammates, but they just go back to play. Service for Michael. Free ball to Michael. Alejandro! Big right hand of Alejandro Thompson. Bimini has no answer for it. Once he gets started, it's hard to shut him down.
So now Michael with a 18-13 lead.
Yeah, that's a big service error. That's a crime. That's a crime. That should be a $200 crime. Well,
that will be a $400.
Yeah. The treasurer's going to be very happy with these guys because they're putting a lot of balls into the net on service. You have 8 seconds to serve the ball. Take your time. Okay, this is going to come back at them hard. It's going to come back at them hard. Now he just rolls the ball over. He's not in position. There you go. Overpass to the setter. I think Bimini has given up. They're just standing around and they're watching the game. Somebody got to come alive for Bimini. What he's doing, he's finding the weakest server, the weakest passer. That's where the ball is going. Outside, big hit. He dinks the ball. Ball comes back at him. He's going to go up again. Somebody's in the net. Okay, we have a big group on number 8 for Bimini. Leonardo Bain for Bimini is a strong blocker, but this time he found himself in the net. Yes, Bimini has a good team as far as attacking, but they're very weak in the backcourt. It's a weak passing team, and that's a problem. See, there you go. They cannot get a break or sider because they cannot pass the ball. If you have a smart server like Alejandro Thompson at the line, he's going to pick them apart. They needed that. Wow. He's over the backcourt. He's a backcourt hitter, but he jumped from in the front court. Now, he could jump from backcourt and land front court, but he can't jump from front court. See, there's no passing. That's the problem. They should take him out to the pass and bring the rotation around. Okay, they're doing that almost just that. Number 8 drop back into the pass. Now he bends back, so that's the match. 25-14. Just like that.
So there we have it. Michael winning the first game. And the way that Bimini looks right now, it's almost like they ready to throw in the towel.
Yes, they're ready to throw in the towel. Like Muhammad Ali said, you know, the fight is before the fight. It gets into their head before the fight. So here it is, Michael making that impression. They got into their heads quickly.
So now we got a slight break. Meanwhile, we're still waiting for anything across the boards with what's going on at Anatole Rogers. Interesting matchup up there.
Yeah, I'm eager to hear what's going on in that second set for them. Let me check with Crystal and find out what's going on down there.
Now we're getting set to back to action here at the Second Elias Gym, and Folks, while we have a break in the action, just a reminder, 6 o'clock this afternoon, the official opening. And we're looking forward to all the athletes and, of course, that what we call that March Pass when you see the various islands come out in their sweats and of course, in the uniforms. For those of us who can't get to the hotel to get back in time, go out there and just showcase our various islands that we represent.
Yes. When you look at it, the March Par, the March Par is just like in the Olympics.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're gonna see all the teams presenting their colors. See, there's Alejandro say he got one more left in him too. Yeah, you know these guys, they love this sport. John Roll over there, he was based in Exuma, Sergeant John Roll now. Remember when he came from college, he said, "Coach, I want to be a police." I said, "John, you sure you want to be a police?" He said, "Yes, Coach, I want to be a police." And that shocked me. And
like Shaki.
Yeah, he wanted to be a police. You know, and
he wanted to serve his country.
Yeah, he wanted to. I said, "What you going to study?" He said, "You want to study criminal science." So he's now a sergeant on the Grand Bahamas Police Force. Proud of him.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So as we get set to start the second game between these two teams, of course, Michael and Bimini.
Yeah, strays at the service line. Jump float. Good service. Miscommunication. When you look at the backcourt for Bimini, they are too wide. They're too far apart. So, you know, you hit those spikes in between. Good pass. That's going to come hard at him. Yeah, Michael is just going to play a smart game right now. They realize that they have these guys
on the ropes.
Yeah, they have them on the ropes. They're just going to jab them to pieces. They're not going to give no knock. They're not going for the knockout punch right now. They're just jabbing and bobbing and leaving, and they're going to take their time, but they're going to win this game. They're going to do it correct. If they're going to allow Bimini to give it back, give it to them. Greatest serve 3 points thus far in the match. Goes back to the service line again. Nice little jump float. Good jump float. Bimini can't get it right. Big set. His back is into the net. Set his back is in the net. Ball goes to Bimini.
So now Bimini is still in this, no doubt.
I don't know. What's the score? Who's winning?
So now we have a 3-1. Michael Bimini's serving. Boy, as quick as that.
Yeah, momentum change.
Momentum change. Michael 3, Bimini 2.
Yeah,
now it's a 4-2.
Yeah, both of these teams are very quiet right now. They're very quiet because nobody wants to start acting out of character. Good dink. Ball is up in the backcourt. Back to Mackay. Good set. Ref didn't call that. Big hit. If you watch what's happening right now, too, most players today, they doing a jump serve or jump float. Very few are staying on the ground and serving. Here we go, the nice little jump float. Yes, Bimini has a good player in Raymond Luis. But he has a good vertical, but he does not make an approach, and that's one thing that's falling against him. If he learned how to make an approach, he'd be deadly. There he goes again. Good athlete. You see, that is what is needed in many of the family of islands. They need good training and development. Scores down 7-2 in favor of Michael. The score, the line, it's been a line. So 5 balls thus far.
Boy, I'm beginning to look at the body language of Bimini now.
Yeah, they.
It's almost like they say, let's get through this.
Yeah.
They're in the best. They're in the best position to be in right now after losing the first game.
Yeah.
And now you find yourself down 8-2 in the second game.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever thought about how they can make it a bit shorter. If you lose the first set and you're down by 6 or more, you can bring it back. But anyway, guys, again, you're listening to live coverage here on our TV, live at Showtime, along with Wilson here from the Kendall Isaac Stadium. We're going to take a break, guys, and be back after this. Stay with us.
Grammy, what's a common loftier goal?
Well, my sweet one, a common loftier goal is a shared dream that we, as Bahamians, achieve together. It's a vision of unity, progress, and prosperity for all of our beautiful islands. You see, a common loftier goal is about working together towards something bigger than ourselves. It is what we are always striving to achieve. Now, how we get there is by one small step at a time.
But our country is so small.
Well, hon, you'll be surprised what can happen when you believe.
Welcome back, everybody. Ivan Showtime coming to you live from the Kendall Isaacs Gym here on our TV. I'll have the legend with me and the likes of Wilson, and we continue to bring you live coverage of the Bahamas game. We're into day 2, and we're anticipating some results from Anatole Rogers' gym. And the minute we get those information, we'll be sure to pass it on to you. I see the legend is... he seems to be a little excited over there. So, Legend, you have an update for me as it relates to Anatole Rogers?
Columbus Islands won the first set down at Anatole, and they're on their way to winning the second set. The score is presently 23-20. So we're looking at the making of a championship game. So let's stay tuned to see what goes down over there at Anatole Rogers.
Well, you know, last night we talked about the talent that New Providence has. And today we're seeing Columbus Isles really giving them more than they can handle. So when we talk about the upset, man, this is truly something to see.
Like I say, experience is a serious thing. And when you look at it, the leader for the two leaders for the national team, with the setter and Jawan Sanders and the outside hitter and Prince Wilson, both of them playing for Columbus Isles. And so when you look at it, that is the leadership basically for the national team. So right now they need to step it up without their leaders and use the experience that they have. Because when you look, you have three professional players on that team. Wow. 3 professional players on that team.
And we're talking New Providence team.
Yes, you're talking about Byron Ferguson. You're talking about Janari Hepburn, and you're talking about Eugene. You know, they are national team players. And foreign, and they play professional foreign, yeah.
So, folks, back to here at the Kendall Isaacs, where we see the Michael team really separating themselves away from Bimini. And now Bimini serving. And it's now 14-7 ball game.
Yeah, Michael is over now. They're playing very relaxed right now. Bimini with a big play. You know, but the game is not over right yet because it's never over until the final of these things. The score is now 8-14. If Bimini pressed, they could do well in getting back into this game. But right now they're playing flat. That's Dre. He's going to knock somebody out.
Oh, man, Dre really.
Yeah, he's going to knock somebody out.
He really put a charge into that one.
Yes. He's about probably 5'8", 5'9" the most, but he gets up. He gets up at authority and he hits the leather off the ball. Michael leading Bimini at the score of 15-8.
Also, we want to say to some of our listeners all the way in Grand Bahama.
Yes.
Of course, Desmond Big Country Dean locked in with us. Top of the afternoon. Big Country say he has to come down for the championship. Especially when he heard that Grand Bahama is maybe trying to make their way into the playoffs and seeing what's happening. And of course, when he understood that New Providence now has a team that they have to be fearful about.
Yes, they have to be fearful about. And when you look at it, Grand Bahama, Grand Bahama, they never stop kicking. They take the lick and they keep on kicking. Yeah,
there you have it.
Yeah, they don't stop. So it shows that sports is still alive in Grand Bahama. Bahama,
absolutely.
Yes, Grand Bahama used to be called the second city. At one point, they could have been called the number one city.
Boy, Big Country, one of the things that I'm kind of skeptical about, Grand Bahama is getting big convincingly in baseball. Of course, Grand Bahama is the defending champions when we talk about the Bahamas games. What are you guys doing down there? But, of course, it ain't over until it's over. So we'll see if Grand Bahama will find a way to regroup and maybe make a run for one of the medal contenders in the baseball. And again, folks, those of you who are wondering, you can reach us on, I think it's we're on channel 10 in Grand Bahama, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I think we on channel 10 in Grand Bahama. And here in New Providence, our TV, of course, want you to soak in all of the volleyball. Of course, following volleyball, at 4 o'clock we're going to get out of here and make some tracks over to the baseball stadium. Sorry, the track and field stadium. That's the Andre Rogers baseball stadium, and get prepared for the official opening.
Yes, that's going to be an exciting time down at the National Stadium. And you're going to see the pump and powdery because we're going into 50 years of anniversary.
Oh yeah.
And if you're not going to see 50 years again, this is going to be a very good and a memorable occasion.
Yeah, your buddy say he still have more left.
Yes.
Boy, I tell you, it's good to see some of these veterans still compete with these young guys.
Yes.
And a guy like him, boy, let me tell you, he gonna let you know what's going on.
Yes, if you don't shut him down early.
Oh man.
On the clubs, when I play against him, I tell people, I say, if you don't shut him down early.
Yeah, you get him talking?
Yes, if you don't shut him down early, we're going to be in for a long night. So if you put the first 2 or 3 blocks on him, it's going to get into his head. But if you don't get into his head early,
yes, indeed,
you're going to be a problem. Alejandro Thompson.
So, boy, we see, what is it now, 21-8? We see.
Yeah, 21-8.
We see Mike Kyle now moving away. And I think teams like Bimini, they now have an opportunity to say, hey, this is our first time to the Bahamas games in 21 years.
Yes.
Now the game is going to probably be within the next 3 years or so, which will give them time to say, hey, how are we going to prepare ourselves?
Yes, got to develop.
To come to New Providence to be a part of the Bahamas games.
Have to develop. By communication.
Once you can get speaking of communication, Bimini.
Yeah, and that's Bimini's problem. Because of lack of play, they're not connected, but they're having a good time. They're laughing. They're
enjoying themselves.
They're enjoying themselves. It's good to be here in the capital playing this game that they love. That's what the Bahama Games is all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the referee let that one get away because he doesn't want to down the spirit of the athlete. He's letting them play within their limits. Alejandro again.
Alejandro. Man, I tell you.
Yeah, I'm not going to hear the end of this.
Oh.
I'm not going to hear the end of this. Now he's going to have to get an ice bath at the end of the day. Thompson.
There you go.
Alejandro Thompson.
Oh, what a serve. I think that's your ball game.
Yeah, that's it.
And folks, boy, I tell you, our final match of the evening, of course, we're getting ready to head on over to the stadium. But we're going to get a chance to, of course, speak with Alejandro about the game and where we see Columbus Isles going as far as this tournament goes. And again, guys, if you just joined us, we're coming to you live here at the Kendall Isaacs. And, of course, you're just seeing the final game of the evening. Everybody now is getting set to go down at the Thomas A. Robertson Track and Field Stadium for the official opening, which is scheduled to start at 6, which will give you enough time to maybe go back at the hotel, take a shower or whatever, and get ready for the official opening. And boy, I tell you, when we talk about the official opening and what it has in store for us, it's unbelievable. And again, guys, I've been Showtime. I've had, of course, the legend with me and the likes of Wilson, and we talk about volleyball, and we talk about the match down there at the Anatole Rogers Stadium. And I have with me Alejandro. What a game, man. Now, they were saying, Alejandro, folks, I get Alejandro with me, who had 8 kills today. Tell us about it.
I think the game was no, all the teams came over here to play a good game. They gave us a good little game, and we played not the best of our ability, but we played a good game.
Okay, now the younger guys now can't trash talk with you now.
No,
because you realize that you had more than just one left in you. You told everybody you still have 1 or 2 more left.
I have but 5 left in me to give me the chance. But 5.
But anyway, good win, and looking forward to the way the tournament is going. What could you say now about Columbus Isles and their chances of maybe medaling?
Well, Columbus Isles have a good team. They have a good, experienced team. So with them, they can be one of our top competitors. Between them and Nassau, they will be our most competitive game. So I'm really looking forward to playing them.
Okay. Now, as far as the guys that you played with today, have you guys been doing a lot of practicing?
We did a lot of practicing a couple weeks in before the Bahama game started. We did a lot of practicing, get our chemistry together. So when we came out here, make it look good.
Okay, again, congratulations to you.
Yes,
great game, and let you guys know that y'all continue to jam. You never know where you'll end up.
Yes, sir.
As far as the medal round goes.
Well, we're trying to bring the gold home for the Flamingos. We're trying our best.
Okay, appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure.
All the best to you, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Of course, folks, again, Ivan Showtime coming to you live here at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. And to this point, we haven't gotten any final word as to how that match in over to the Anatole Rogers goes. Any word?
I get the word on that.
I'm predicting that we may see an upset as far as New Providence goes and Columbus Isles.
Yes, Columbus Isles is making a statement. Their statement is, listen, you don't have no right to think that you're gonna win this Bahama games. You know, this here is for the best team. You're not playing for somebody who's on paper saying that you're the best team. The best team is how you perform in that square circle.
Absolutely. But now, what is so interesting about the way the tournament is set up, even if New Providence lose to Columbus Isles, New Providence will still have a chance in the medal round to face Columbus Isles again, maybe for the gold.
Yeah, because in the playoff, when they go to the playoff, the team with the best record, they will play on fourth. Will play first.
Right.
So the most winning team will play the most losing team.
Right.
And second will play third. So if New Providence comes second in games 1, they will play the third place team, which is probably going to be quite even, and they probably would win that.
Right.
And definitely Columbus Isles would beat the weaker team in fourth place. So we would see New Providence and Columbus Isles again.
There's a chance they could play against for the gold.
They could play against for the gold.
Okay, so folks, again, Ivan Showtime along with the legend Wilson here. Of course, Rams, we do have some scores in for you. Not the score that I really want to hear, but we do have some scores here for you, Columbus. And this was earlier today down at Anatole Rogers, Columbus Isles. Of course, they beat Long Island 25-14, 25-2. New Providence beat Ragged Island 25-12 and 25-16. Abaco ladies also won today. They beat New Providence ladies. And then you had the New Providence men. They beat Abaco earlier 25-14, 25-8. And then, of course, Andros turning back Eleuthera. And speaking of Eleuthera, we saw Eleuthera really coming back and playing a good one this afternoon. So we're looking now at some of the lineup as far as these teams goes with the win-loss record. Unfortunately, we don't have the whole entire win-loss record as far as volleyball goes. But the minute we get those results in, we will be sure to let you know how the standings are and what you can expect. And I'm still hoping and waiting. And I do have my computer on, my phone. I have my phone on, and I'm just waiting for that final as far as Anatole Rogers goes with the Providence and Columbus Isles in volleyball. Anyway, guys, we're going to take our final break. But before that, just a reminder, folks, this afternoon, 6 o'clock, it's all about the official opening of the Bahamas games down there at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. And word that I'm getting that everybody now is getting ready to head on over there. Who's not going directly over there, they go into the hotel, get all freshen up, and head on over at the Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium. Anyway, that's going to do it for us here at the Sir Kendall Isaac. Jim, for my co-host, of course, the legend himself, Mr. Wilson, and for everybody who's been listening, my friends all the way back in Grand Bahama, it's been a pleasure bringing you live coverage of Bahamas Games Day 2 volleyball from here at the Kendall Isaac Gym. That's going to do it for us. Until next time, I'm Ivan Showtime. I'll see you next time.
One nation.